Welcome back. Nagbunyi ang mga Pinoy ng i-award sa Pilipinas ang hosting rights ng 2023 FIBA World Cup. Makakatulong ng Pilipinas ang Japan at Indonesia sa pag-host ng initial part ng tournament, pero lahat ng knockout games at championship matches ay dito gaganapin. Ano ang magiging epekto nito sa basketball sa Pilipinas kung saan halos lahat ng sulok ng bansa ay mayroong basketball court? Well, kasama natin si The Hoop Nut, Enzo Flojo, para sa usapan yan. Enzo, welcome back to The Score.
Hey, Tid.
Well, I know you, of all my friends, you are so excited for this. I mean, you've been our FIBA guy even before FIBA Asia came here, and you followed the game internationally for such a long time. Unang-una, nung nalaman mo finals na naman tayo na it was down to 2 bidders. Our combined bid with Japan and Indonesia, and then against Argentina, Uruguay. What were your thoughts? What were you thinking? What our chances were to get it?
I thought we had pretty strong chances, and I honestly thought we were favored to get the rights for 2023. The only thing I felt was going against us was Japan hosted the World Cup, World Championships in 2006, and then China, in 2019. So I felt like having another Asian World Championship might seem redundant for FIBA. On the other end, Argentina last hosted, I think, in 1990.
Okay.
So may element na it's about time
to go back there.
But I guess the fact that the Philippines' passion for the game, and I think the way that Coach Chot and the rest of the SBP, the way they presented it to FIBA several days ago, I'm sure it was very persuasive and full of emotion. I'm sure they highlighted all the good things about Philippine basketball and our passion for the game. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's really what swayed all the FIBA executive board to choose our bid for 2023.
Why was there this time around joint bids? So Argentina and Uruguay, and tayo with Japan and Indonesia. I mean, last time around we went up against the heavyweight China, which we lost.
One-on-one.
So it's happening there in 2019. So solo natin yung bid in that time. Paano nagbago? Anong understanding mo? What did you hear why SBP felt they needed some reinforcements to put this bid together?
Well, two things. So from SBP's perspective, I think they learned from that experience going up against China. They learned that despite our passion for the game and the innate, emotions that we conjure up with basketball, the fact is, practicality-wise, there are things that we are still deficient at. Okay. And I think this is why we partnered with Japan and Indonesia, two countries that could provide us with good infrastructure and help us with hosting such a tournament of this magnitude. Right. Remember, we're going to be expecting 32 teams in 2023.
And this is more than in Spain. The last time it happened, it was in Spain. 24 teams lang yun. Ngayon, dagdag 8. So, at paano na yung division of groups? And back then, if I recall correctly, they had groups, 6 groups of 6. Tama?
Yes, 4 groups of 6.
4 groups of 6.
This
so
time
you only
around,
needed 4 cities.
Yes. Now you need pretty much 8 different venues. Because you have 32 teams divided into 8 groups of 4. So we're going to have 16 teams right here in Manila for the first round, and 8 in Japan and 8 in Jakarta.
So that's why we needed their help.
Yes.
We couldn't, as much as we love basketball, hindi natin kaya yung 8.
It's going to be tough to pick 8, world-class arenas for 32 world-class teams in cities that can hold that much talent, that many people. So
we don't even have that. I mean, even the last time they tried to bid for it for the 2019 version, they were already saying there's MOA, there's Araneta, there's Philippine Arena, and then
that Cebu Arena.
They're hedging on the Cebu version of MOA naman. So that's 4.
I don't think it even started already. So wala pa yun. The second thing is FIBA is really focused on spreading the gospel of basketball.
Which I think where Indonesia comes into play. Because they're not anywhere near, this is the first time that they will be seeded in the World Cup.
Same with Uruguay. And that's why these 2 partnerships were the last 2 bids standing. I mean, prior to this, may Russia yan, may Turkey, and both of those bowed out. Turkey, of course, last hosted in 2010. Russia hosted many world-class events already, but they bowed out as well. And FIBA's direction is clear. They want to grow the game of basketball in as many countries as possible, as fast as possible. And having joint hosting makes sense to do that.
Awesome. Well, now the question is how this will impact basketball in the Philippines, in the region as a whole. And, I always remember how the professional players in the NBA now, the international players in the NBA now, rather, say that if it weren't for the dream team in Barcelona, they probably would have never thought of playing basketball. That it had that
true.
kind of impact.
That's true.
I mean, could we
That's
see?
true.
I mean, of course, it's already huge here, but who knows what kind of leaps and bounds it could do for Filipinos' love and passion, and maybe the way we play, the way we train, and just more so for Indonesia, which is obviously more a football first country.
Yes. I think it's going to, make a lot of big waves in the region. I mean, the fact that we're going to have the World Cup in 2 years in China, and then after that followed up by another World Cup in the region, in East Asia, is going to be huge for the development of basketball. And looking ahead, if you look at the talents of the Philippines and Japan specifically, you have a couple of guys from these countries who have NBA potential. You have Kobe Pares from the Philippines, some Phil-Americans also who are looking at moving into the NCAA. Jordan Clarkson, of course. A lot of people are hoping he'll be able to play in 2023. For Japan, they've got a couple of guys in the NCAA also who are, they're hoping will make the jump to the NBA as well. So the potential for growth for these teams and for the region is really tremendous. And I think FIBA is really banking on that, for the game of basketball to really reach new levels in the very near future.
And remember, take note, guys, YouTube is just 10 years old. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they're roughly 4 or 5 years old. Plus 6 years. Imagine the
social media is going to boom.
Exactly how big that's going to be and how much this game can spread and this tournament can really affect and reach all the farthest
Asia
corners.
has one of the biggest social media footprints in the world.
And us in Indonesia are huge in the region. Dalawang pinakamatraffic na syudad.
It's gonna be crazy. The social media traffic and the physical traffic is gonna be insane. For that particular event.
Okay, you touched a bit on the team. Of course, now people are already speculating
who's gonna be
on
there?
this team. Parang 6 years from now.
Sino
pwede ba si ganyan?
Who's gonna be in their prime?
Pwede na ba si ganyan? Okay, may age range target ka ba? I mean, what would you say would be the oldest player by 2023, which you could kind of single some out who are current in the team, and would you see that the youngest player now, and I guess arguably our youngest right now with potential is Kai Soto.
Yes, for sure.
15 years old, so plus 6 would be 21, right? So anong target mo dyan?
I think Kai Soto would be a very, very intriguing prospect, and I think he'd pretty much be a shoe-in. I mean, 6 years he's going to be 21. He'd probably be in his 4th or 5th year in the UAAP if he goes there,
or
unless he goes to the States or Europe or wherever he ends up. Of course, you need veteran leadership, and by 2023, Manong Kiefer Avena is going to be 30 years old. That's pretty difficult to imagine.
Will that be too old?
I don't think so. That's going to be just right, I think, for Kiefer. I think by then sobrang hilog na siya internationally. If we're going to have a veteran, I think Junmar will be around 33 at that time. So that could be his last hurrah for Gilas. And to do it at home, it would give him something emotionally unprecedented before. Kobe Paras obviously is going to be in his mid-20s at that time. So many other very, very good players. I think some young PBA players right now. Gio Halalon, I think, will be in the mix. R.R. Pogoy will be in the mix as well. So these are the talents we're looking at to maybe be part of that team 6 years from now. Of course, some Phil foreigners who can potentially be part of that,
Remy
social
Martin
media.
was already being talked about, 'cause he's got a Filipino passport.
Who has a Filipino passport.
Yay.
AJ Edu, who also has a Filipino passport. That 6'8", 6'9" kid. Phil Nigerian. So many talents from the Philippines and from across the globe can be tapped for that big event.
Now we have a solid target. We've got this goal. Because there was a target to make the 2023 World Cup, but there was no assurance we'd be in the tournament because we have to go through the
qualifiers and all
qualifying.
those things.
So now the target's there to really build up this team, and as hosts, you want to be the best that you can be.
Of course.
So ano yung roadmap nito ngayon? Anong mga dadaanan na ng tournament? So how to beef up this team?
I think the SBP's roadmap for the near future is simply to really focus on developing as much young talent as they can, building up first to the 2019 World Cup in China, where we still want to have a good showing if we get there, and I think we will. And then, if we're lucky enough, the 2020 Olympics. We've never made the Olympics in a very, very long time. And then after that, develop those young talents so that it'll all culminate in 2023. We're going to have a very good showing at home in front of our fans. Usually, when Asian countries host world tournaments, they usually do well. You look at Japan and Korea when they hosted the FIFA World Cup years ago. China was in the top 8 when they hosted the Olympics in Beijing in 2008. And if we follow that trend and if we make the right decisions to develop our young talents, if all those best talents are allowed to compete and cleared, I think we have a very good chance of, you know, surprising a lot of people when we host it in 2023.
All right. Now, naturalized player.
Oh,
Andre
man.
Blatch will be too old.
Oh, he's going to be like 37, 38, I think, by that time.
Yeah, all
already.
right. So he's out of the picture.
Yeah,
most
malabo
likely.
na yan.
So you got the option of Isaiah Austin.
Yes.
Who's
Zeke.
in his 20s.
I think he's going to be maybe in his late 29, I think, maybe 28, 29. So he's going to be in his prime at that time. So if he's healthy, and if he's actually naturalized already by that time, which he should be, then I think he'd be a very, very good choice. I mean, imagine him with Kai Soto and an old man, Julmar Fajardo type. And that would be a very, very solid front line for Gilas Pilipinas in 6 years' time. Of course, one may also make the argument that, you know, Jordan Clarkson could be our naturalized player.
Yun na nga, kasi that might be his only way in.
Yes. That might, I mean, under current rules, I hate to burst the bubble of all basketball-loving Filipinos, but under current rules, it's just really impossible for him to play as a local for Gilas Pilipinas. If you were, you know...
Not unless they take out that rule.
Unless they modify that rule.
Which is what
and of
we've
course,
been appealing,
in 6 years, anything is possible, especially with MVP, part of the, you know, the big board in FIBA. And I think one of the members of his legal team is also part of the legal team of FIBA. So in 6 years, you know, anything is possible. But under current rules, ako papapiliin, I'd pick Clarkson.
As a naturalized guy, rather than an Isaiah Austin.
Because we have so many good, young, promising big men anyway coming up the ranks.
Right. All right. So we will see. It's so exciting. If you can see the excitement in Enzo's face. Kung pwede na sumakayan ng time machine.
Can't wait.
Sasakay na yan. Fast forward to 2023. Well, congratulations to all of us as basketball fans. We can't wait for this to happen. Enzo, maraming salamat.
Thanks,
Thank you.
For more sports updates, keep watching The Score. And don't forget to subscribe.